Okay. Mr. Grayson is recognized.
Thank you. What is our next destination for America in space?
The next destination for America in space, and I'm not being trite when I answer this, is the International Space Station. We've got to get there 4 more times this year. The long-term destination, after we successfully close out the space shuttle program, the ultimate destination is Mars. And there are intermediate points that we're going to have to get to before we are capable of going to Mars. If you gave me all the money in the federal budget today, I could not get a human to Mars. I could not morally put a human in a spacecraft and launch them on an 8-month mission to Mars because I do not understand the radiation environment.
All right, so what is our next destination in space?
The next ultimate destination is Mars.
No, the next one.
Congressman, the next destination, as I said before, is the International Space Station. And we've got to do that 4 more times.
Let's not be trite then. What is the one after that?
It's Mars.
So there's nothing in between as far as you're concerned.
But there are intermediate stops
What are
on the way there.
What's the next one?
The moon is a destination. Lagrange points are destinations.
Which one is next?
You mean where do we go immediately next? Is that the question?
That's what next means.
Congressman, we are in the process of developing a program. I will have to be able to give you the details, and I will come back and make it for the record in the coming months.
So why are we even talking about how to get to the next destination? We don't even know what that is.
Congressman, we do know what it is. We know what it is.
What is it?
Congressman, we can go back and forth forever.
We seem to have to here. I'm looking for an answer.
Okay. The next destination in the Constellation program was the moon.
What about now, since you're planning to eliminate that?
The program of record and the program to which we are working right now, because you have told me that I have to continue to work the Constellation program, we're talking about the 2011 budget, but if you ask me right now, the next destination is the moon.
Okay, good. Now, the Augustine report came up with 4 options and several sub-options or alternatives within the options. Which one did the administration adopt?
The administration adopted the recommendations of the Augustine report, which was the flexible
option?
Path. The flexible path.
The flexible path.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you think
that was the recommendation of the Augustine committee.
All right. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I did read the report, and it seemed to me that the flexible path involved continuing the Constellation program. Is that a fair statement?
The Constellation, the Augustine committee did not recommend cancellation of the Constellation program.
So then I'm right.
You're right that they did not recommend cancellation of the Constellation program?
The flexible path included continuation of the Constellation program.
The flexible path did not necessarily include. I think you're cherry picking from the report. The report said.
I just want to know why you had all these people come together, the people who knew the most about the space program, and then you ignored their recommendation to continue the Constellation program. That's what I'm asking.
They did not recommend continuation of the Constellation program. What
the flexible path did.
Congressman, what the report said was that they find no technical challenges in the Constellation program that cannot be met the way that NASA has always met them. However, to do so will cost a significant amount more than anyone will reasonably be able to place in a budget.
All right, regarding the budget, it seems to be your plan to put people in space through commercial programs. Is that correct?
I intend to put people into low Earth orbit through commercial programs.
How often has that happened so far?
We do it today.
Explain to me. Go ahead.
Well, today I go out and I pay USA to operate the space shuttle out of the Kennedy Space Center. The vast majority of my workforce right now is, as Congresswoman Edwards mentioned, 89% of the workforce in the shuttle program today are contractors.
So you consider the space shuttle program to be a commercial program?
I consider the space shuttle program to be evidence that commercial entities can successfully operate.
Please answer the question. My time is limited.
Yes.
Okay. So what's wrong with continuing it then?
We would not. I do not think it would be wise to continue the space shuttle program beyond the 4 additional flights that we're on track to fly right now. I think that would not be prudent.
But if one's commercial and the other's commercial, what's the advantage of switching?
The advantage is that we relieve ourselves of the responsibility and the cost for operating and maintaining infrastructure as we do today with the space shuttle program.
Isn't it true that commercial entities have never put a man in orbit?
Commercial entities have put every human in orbit that the United States has flown. And you can take that up with North American Rockwell or Boeing or the United Space Alliance.
Honestly, I'll tell you, my time is up now, so I'm going to tell you this briefly. I think that what you're doing is taking a shot in the dark. You have no way of knowing if any commercial entity will ever be able to put a man in orbit, no matter how much money you throw at them. What you're doing is you're taking NASA's manned space program and making it a faith-based initiative. I yield the rest of my time.
10 years from now, what percent would you say of completing our objectives could we have with the Constellation program or with the new process that you're taking? Which one has us more certainty? And what percentage could we expect of success with Constellation compared to the steps that you're taking in this new budget?
Congressman, if I go with the report of the Augustine Committee, 10 years from now, we would definitely not be on our way to the moon because that report said that we were sufficiently behind both in terms of progress on completion of the vehicles and everything. So we would not be where I think we may be on the path that we're set in, that's supported by the 2011 budget. It is my hope that by 2015, 2016, we'll have an American capability at work getting humans back to low Earth orbit, to the International Space Station, perhaps more than just one, as we would have had with Ares 1. And it is my hope that the technology development that we do in terms of propulsion will have us physically building on a heavy lift launch vehicle such that sometime between 2020 and 2030 we'll be on our way to destinations beyond low Earth orbit. That's those are wishy-washy answers in terms of the leaving low Earth orbit, but it's too early to tell you a definitive date for when we're going to do that.
You're saying with Constellation program, we probably would not be able to be there for a much longer extended period in the future compared to what your plans are now.
If I remember the program of record, it did not have the International Space Station after 2015 because the cost of extending the International Space Station would push Constellation, Ares 1, and Ares 5 even farther out. The program of record did not have landers, so we would not have we'd have a vehicle to go to the moon, but we'd have no way to get humans to the surface. We would have, we would not get there in the time that you think we would under the existing program. And that is not, please understand, that is not an indictment on the people or the technology in the Constellation program. The Augustine Committee points out very well. They found nothing technically wrong with Constellation any different from any other development program in space. And they felt that NASA, given time and money, could take care of any challenges that they had. And the workforce is absolutely incredible. It is just that we found ourselves so far behind because of insufficient funding over the last 8 or 10 years that to ask the government, to ask you as the Congress to approve a president's budget that would add $7 billion a year to try to catch up the Constellation program, that was irresponsible in my estimation. And so that's one of the reasons for my recommendation to the President that we take the course we're on now.
All of us are visionaries. We can predict the future, but we cannot see the future.
You can't.
And so as we engage in this debate further, I have a concern about canceling this program. And so therefore, until we have more discussions, I will be one advocate of continuing the program that we have. You must convince me that the vision I'm not seeing that you have, that the program you're proposing is better than what we have with Constellation.
So I respect that, and that's exactly what I have to do. I've promised the chairman that we are not prepared at this time, and I apologized at the very outset of the hearing because we do not have the type of detailed program outline that one would normally expect when we were making a change like this. But we are working on it.
And that's what concerns me, and I think many members of this committee.